In the hushed reaches of Epsilon Eridani, where dust clouds veil a dim sun, a signal was discovered. It was not a beacon of war, nor a call for trade. It was a song. The melody carried no words, only tones, haunting, layered, and impossibly human. No one on Earth remembered sending it, yet it echoed across the void, tugging at the heart like a memory half forgotten. Captain Liora Halden, commander of the vessel Solace, became obsessed. She played the recording endlessly. The tones were not random, they seemed responsive. When slowed, they mirrored the rhythm of a heartbeat. When layered, they resembled the cadence of human speech. The crew grew restless. Some feared it was a trap. Others whispered it was a ghost, the echo of humanity long past. But Liora believed it was a call, meant for them and them alone. Against orders, she redirected the Solace toward the source. Through nebula storms, through silence older than Earth, they pursued the origin of the song. And with every parsec closer, the melody grew clearer, richer, as though a choir was waiting just beyond reach. When the Solace arrived, they found not a city, not a station, but a hollow moon. Its caverns glowed faintly with crystalline structures, each humming in sympathy with the mysterious song. The crew stepped inside, their footsteps echoing, and the crystals answered. Each human breath, each whispered word rippled through the chamber, producing harmonies. It was as though the moon itself was listening and replying. Liora placed her hand on one pillar. Instantly, a deep resonance filled the chamber. Images flooded her mind, not visions, but feelings. Warmth of a fire, laughter of a child, the hush of ocean tides. Human memories, but not hers. The choir was not a recording. It was alive. The crystals contained echoes of those who came before, fragments of humanity woven into sound. Somehow, long ago, travelers left pieces of themselves here, not as monuments of stone or steel, but of song. The crew realized this was a library, not of knowledge, but of resonance, a place where human essence lived on, awaiting others to remember. But silence is never idle. As the Solace explored, an ancient shadow stirred. Not a creature, not an empire, but an absence, a consuming quiet, feeding on vibration, erasing song wherever it spread. The locals called it the hollowing. The moon began to dim. The harmonies faltered. The choir weakened as silence seeped through the caverns. For the first time, fear gripped Liora. If the choir was extinguished, the last fragments of these forgotten travelers, of humanity's song, would be lost forever. The crew argued, Some said to flee, to preserve themselves. Others demanded they fight the silence with weapons. But weapons had no meaning against absence. It was then Liora remembered something from Earth. A lullaby her grandmother sang. Soft, simple, but unyielding. She began to hum. Her voice wavered at first, but the crystals caught it, amplified it, harmonized with it. The crew joined in, one by one, each voice adding strength, weaving human sound into a defiant chorus. The hollowing pressed harder, but the choir swelled louder. The song became not just a defense, but a declaration. We are here, we remember, we endure. The silence broke. Not destroyed, but reshaped. Where it once consumed, it now carried the song outward, dispersing it into the stars. The moon glowed brighter than ever, its caverns alive with harmony. The choir was no longer just an echo of the past. It was now infused with the voices of the present. Liora and her crew listened as their own tones were woven into the eternal resonance. They had not merely preserved humanity's memory, they had expanded it. Across Epsilon, ships reported hearing the song, not from speakers, not from comms, but vibrating faintly through their hulls, a universal lullaby carried on the resonance of space itself. Travelers who had never known Earth now hummed its lullabies. Alien children fell asleep to human tones. The choir had become a gift, not bound to one people, but shared by all who listened. Liora stood in the glowing cavern, tears on her cheeks. For the first time, she understood humanity's true achievement was not discovery, not conquest, not even survival. It was resonance. The power to leave a piece of themselves in others so no one would ever be truly forgotten. And as she hummed her grandmother's song once more, the cavern answered, gentle, infinite, and eternal.